Hi everyone, Aiden here with eTrailer.com. Today we're taking a look at the Hollywood Rack's Destination e-bike rack on our 2022 Ford F-150. This is going to be a platform-style bike rack that holds the bike in these trays and primarily by our frame clamp up top. That's going to mean frame contact, which does mean we want to avoid carbon frame bikes, but with the way that clamp actually rotates and pivots 360 degrees, it will work out pretty well for alternative frame bikes. It does also have a 70-pound weight capacity per bike and holds the bike really secure in the bike rack. So if you do have some somewhat heavier e-bikes, 60 pound is pretty much the standard that we see for e-bike racks, but a few others go above and beyond, and this one is one of those that has that higher capacity for those bigger bikes. You do have the ability to tilt the whole rack away in a pretty unique way. We've got a hand knob that'll loosen up and push out of the way once it's loose enough towards the back here, and then we can just easily push the rack away. With the way everything is positioned, it's really easy to do. You don't end up with a lot of weight coming down, and although you don't have enough room to fully open your tailgate here and gain access to the bed of the truck, it does give you some more room to climb up if you need to get in the bed for something, or if you just need a place to kind of lean and sit while you change your shoes before or after a ride. You can go ahead and tilt this back up and re-secure it with that hand knob. The other unique thing about this that makes it easy to use is the included ramp. This will only slot in at the back of each bike with this oval-shaped hole and an oval-shaped tab on the bike rack. We can open it up like that, attach it, and we get a really wide and stable ramp to load those heavier e-bikes. Now, we don't have a lot of room behind our bike right now because of this wall, so I won't show you that, but it does help out quite a bit. It doesn't store anywhere on the bike rack like the Yakima on-ramp, but I do think that this ramp is a lot better than the Yakima on-ramps one, so just kind of pick and choose. I think for your F-150, it'd be easy enough to just keep that ramp in the bed. Now, getting the bike unloaded, we're starting with these wheel straps down here. These are our secondary points of contact, and we're going to have 3 in total. And then once those are all undone, with one hand on the bike, we can open up the clamp. You do that just by rotating this hand knob to the left. That knob is lockable, so our bikes can get locked to the rack there. And once it's loose enough, pivot it out of the way. You can see that 360-degree rotation I was talking about. And then you could either roll the bike down or just lift it up and away. Either way, that upright mast portion isn't in the way because it's actually positioned behind the bikes. A lot of times with the mast in the center, that's something you just have to fish this first bike around, and it just makes things more complicated to load and unload. I always like replacing these straps, and from here, we'll be able to get some measurements. First one we want to check out is our ground clearance. We've got this reverse U-shaped design, so at the back end, the lowest point is going to be 22.5 inches from the ground. I feel like that's pretty good clearance, and I don't think it'll be an issue in the F-150. The overall distance added to the back is going to be sitting at 31 inches, which isn't too bad either. But if we want to leave this in the hitch between rides and we don't have bikes loaded, we can fold this down, or fold it up rather. We'll start by folding down the mast, undoing these straps, opening these handles, folding it down, and re-securing. Those straps are just little safety mechanisms to make sure the handles don't pop open on their own. And then we can remove this pin and retaining clip near the bottom and fold the rack upright, reinserting that pin and clip through those newly aligned holes. Just like that. And that will condense things down a fair bit, only sticking out about 13.5 inches to the outermost point, more like 14 inches right here. So it definitely condenses things quite a bit. It's going to make your truck easier to park in a parking lot, and maybe, depending on your garage, even pull in the garage. Down at the bottom, We've got our tool-free anti-rattle device that's just built into the bike rack. You can tighten and loosen it from back here. That keeps things solid in the hitch. At the hitch pin hole, it is a locking hitch pin, so that lock is key to the knobs up top, so everything's under one system, and it's working with our 2" by 2" receiver tube. And overall, I think the Hollywood Rack's Destination e-bike rack is a great option. It's going to be able to hold those e-bikes really securely, but it's also going to be easy to use. That ramp will help you load the heavy bikes up, and that tilting function will help you get into the bed a bit easier, even if you can't open that tailgate. If you've got the heavier bikes, this would be my recommendation, just because it's going to make the whole process a lot simpler. Thanks for watching.